parents, we've all heard the words, "Are we there yet?" and "I'm bored" during summer road trips. Well, how would you like to be able to keep your kids' minds and imaginations engaged this summer and turn car time into quality family time? Well, we are joined this morning by the 2012 National Teacher of the Year, Rebecca Mieliwocki, with more. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Well, I know so many families are gearing up for that long road trip, but we really kind of dread it. But you are here to help.
You know what? You shouldn't be afraid of summertime in the car. I know the kids are out of school and the alarm clock has been turned off for a couple of months, but it's really a time to continue the learning. And that's what's great about summer is kids have opportunities to really pursue their own unique personal passions, whether it's surfing or dance or robots or art, whatever it is. We're taking our kids all over the place to experience real learning in context. You also might have road trips planned all the way across the country to see some of the nation's great sites or to visit relatives far away. But whatever you're doing, that car time can be quality time. There's a really neat program through Honda that allows Honda owners to download up to 5 free audiobooks so that we aren't just staring out the window or asleep in the back seat or staring at our smartphones, but instead you and your kids are listening to great literature together and experiencing that connection of listening to great stories and talking about them while you're on the road, wherever you're headed this summer.
Well, I think this is great because we're talking about not just keeping the kids entertained, but doing something as a family to kind of pass the time. Yeah, you know, when I'm in the car with my son, I often lament the fact that it's too quiet or we're listening to music and not really connecting with each other. And we're so busy that sometimes the car is the only time we have uninterrupted time together. So to know that there's something we could do together, we could listen to these great stories. And there are stories for kids from ages 5 all the way to 16. And I've read many of the books on the list, and they're books I love as an adult. So the fact that we could listen together and talk about what's happening in the stories and be surprised or sad or amazed together is just something I really relish. It's an opportunity for families to connect in the car in ways they might not be. And Rebecca, we hear it all the time that teachers and schools are really concerned with children during the summer and that summer learning loss. So is this something that can actually help our kids kind of stay up to date with their learning so that when they do go back to school, they don't fall behind?
Absolutely. You know, parents are always asking me, especially as summer approaches, what's the one thing I can do to make sure my kid doesn't have that summer slide where they learn everything they lose everything they learned during the school year? And the answer I always give them is the answer that's true, and it's reading. If you can keep kids reading, whether you connect them to a summer reading program through your local library, whether you read together at night before bedtime, or whether you race your kids to see who can read as many books, the most books, that's something I do with my kids. Anything you can do to expose your kid to printed material or to audio books helps to strengthen the connections and deepen the learning that they've made during the year so that when they head back in the fall, they're ready to go and right where they should be in preparation for the year ahead.
Well, this is great. And something I especially like about this is that we also are allowing our kids to kind of seek out their interests in these audiobooks. It doesn't have to be, you know, you have to read this or you have to listen to this. You know, they get a choice in this. Yeah. And I think that is really important, especially during the summer. So, Rebecca, before I let you go, any other tips for us this summer?
Oh, just to use that car time. There are so many things you can do, from reading maps and helping your kids navigate where you're headed to looking at those historic landmarks out the window, or sharing funny stories about family members you might be on the way to see, or even keeping a scrapbook of your summer adventures. There's a lot of things you can do in addition to the Honda Road Readers program to make sure that car time is quality time for your family this summer.
Well, I think I'm actually excited for our road trip now. Rebecca, this is so great. Where can we go for more information and start?
You should log on to HondaRoadReaders.com, and once you're there, it'll tell you everything you need to know about the app and how to get started on your fun reading summer adventures.
Well, Rebecca, I can't thank you enough for joining us today.
You're welcome. Have a great summer
You
and keep
too.
reading.
We will. Now stay with us. We have more great topics after a short break.